Flash.
Yeah, and this last part was completely not the part of the song. But
What?
for... Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. No, you just had a great sense. Since it's interesting because we have like 20 seconds delay, it sounded really good on this part of the song, what you did. And of course, you had no idea where the song itself is. Anyways.
I think it's 12 years of, or more than 12 years of doing a show. You kind of have a sixth sense of where the sound would sound the best.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not telling anything. Yeah, definitely. You have enough experience to guess so. Indeed. And where we were. Oh yes, I just wanted to ask a slight question about this tune, that which part did you and what kind of collaboration it was. You have the other one as well, this trap thingy, and Ben Douglas was involved as well. So
yeah,
just a few words about this Symphony 64 project.
Yeah, it's basically I don't have so much of input on this album as such. It's just that Chris is using some of the arrangements that we had made, or I had made for Bit 3. So both Trap and Flash Gordon we both worked on. But if I remember correctly, I was doing the violin section on Flash Gordon, so he's using via MIDI the timeline for that, and using that as a little bit of the offset for some of the originality in Symphony 64. So he's crediting me for that, which is very nice of him to do.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's very nice of him indeed. And yeah, we're gonna see the result in most probably in 1 year or so, I think, the final result.
Yeah, it's taken a little bit longer than everyone thought it would, but people understand why it's taken a while. So everyone, and the difference of this is Chris is keeping everyone informed through Kickstarter, whereas I could think of, I don't know, some Indiegogo projects where I put a chunk of money into expecting an album to come, and I don't get any feedback whatsoever. Hi, Your Own Tell, if you're listening, by the way. Love you.
Yeah, I counted on this, actually, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, sooner or later you will have an online conversation. I think so. About this, yeah. But yeah, indeed, Chris is very well informing the crowd, and there are very nice previews available for the backers. Yes. I love them, and I particularly listen to them one after each other regularly. Still, in half-ready format, they are already amazing, and I'm just waiting for the continuation, because
it's incredible. You listen to how they started off to start with, and you know, Chris said, you know, this is the very basics of what we're starting with, and then you listen to one of the tracks that have gone a little bit further, and you can really tell the difference between the two, and it's great to hear that progress going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's a very nice project, and I'm looking forward to the continuation of it. And after speaking all those things at your past, let's get to Slay Radio and broadcasting, because we spoke how your relationship with Slaygon started. Oh well, that was sounding a bit odd. Your relationship with him, anyways. And then you started broadcasting, and apparently you moved later on to home of Commodore 64 remixes.
I did, yes. So I had done a few shows with Skits actually in 2003, but then Ken's and I were sharing a house, and he's into the 64 scene as well. So we thought, you know what, we could do a show. And we did this show called Oh It's That, where we played the Commodore 64 tune that was a cover of another tune, and then we played the original tune. unfortunately, because of copyright reasons, Slaygun couldn't really play that on Slay Radio, but he could hear that we knew what we were doing as far as DJing is concerned. Mm-hmm. So we started the Z Show, which was on Sundays. And we did that just about every Sunday. That was in 2004. And a few months down the line, I really got into wanting to DJ. So I started a show on Wednesday, which was called the BBB, the Bonus Bit of Bollocks. Because bonus as in is a bonus, but also my surname is Boness, so it sounds very similar. So it's words. Bonus Bit of Bollocks. And so I started doing the Wednesday show as well as the Sunday show. And then in April or May, April of 2005, I was still talking to Slaygun at this point, and I said, you know what, I've had enough of the UK. I'm going to move. And Slaygun said, well, move over to Gothenburg and crash at my place for a bit. So I did, and in June of 2005, I moved over to Gothenburg. And around that time, that's when Mastering Swedish happened, because everyone knew I was moving to Sweden, so that's the Mastering Swedish thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I moved over and I crashed at Slaygun, so the Z Show had to stop because we didn't really have the technology for me and Ken's to do the show like Kate and I can do it nowadays. Mm-hmm. But I carried on doing the Wednesday show, the Bonus Bit of Bollocks. So the BBB, the name changed slightly to just become Bozzy's Bit of Bollocks, because it wasn't a bonus show anymore, it was a show in its own right. Mm-hmm. So that's how the BBB started. And then I moved into Fnord's old flat for a year and carried on doing the show. Then I met Linda and moved in with her and carried on doing the show, and the rest is history. I've been.
And how did you feel first when they dragged you into this tongue twister challenge of mastering Swedish?
Oh my God, I was. I didn't see the phrases until I started the audio that I got. That was one of the things that
but they put you into deep water instantly. Like, this means that you haven't seen anything, but you saw it on air. Did you?
No, yeah, exactly. What Slaygun gave me said, I'll give you the link as soon as you press play on the audio that we've given you. So as soon as the audio started, that's when I got the phrases on screen. So I had no preparation work whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, this spontaneous thing is audible.
That's the thing that made it more funny, I think, is because I was just flailing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I was always wondering if you prepared for this or not, but I had this feeling that they just pushed you into the deep water and that's it.
Oh, absolutely, yes. It made it more interesting for people to listen to.
Okay, so here's a very emotional question for you, to which I'm expecting a very emotional answer. As I said before, what does broadcasting mean to you?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I think, the reason that I broadcast this is because I've been a fan of the of the SID chip since I got the 64. That's why I got the 64. It was the music more than anything else. And I'm just very happy that there seem to be other people that are into the scene. Okay, and the remix is coming from the original SIDs as well. This diverse crowd of people that are hanging around on Slay Radio, and that's why I broadcast, because we all have the same goal. We all listen to the same kind of music. We're all enthusiastic about it, and whenever I just feel at home when I'm transmitting my little show over the air, and I can see people on IRC kind of going, oh, this is a good tune, or oh, I'm glad you played that for me. And that's the other thing as well, is because I'm playing people's requests. If someone says, oh, could you play this for me, and then I do it, and I say their name on air, and they give me a little thank you on IRC sometimes or whatever. That's why I do it, just to be part of this little niche. I don't care about the listener count at all. In fact, I never look at it. As long as there's more than just me transmitting, then I'm happy. and if I'm making other people happy, that's a bonus.
That's very nice. And
Yes.
Regarding this, the next question involves also a bit LP Chips question, which I'm going to introduce right after this one.
Okay.
Mine was, could you imagine yourself not doing live shows? If you would not do this, what do you think you would spend your time with instead?
Yeah, that's a very good question. If I wasn't doing this radio show, I would probably be just a listener. But I hope that I would have been doing something else in the scene. So maybe I would have done more remixes. Maybe that's the reason I don't do remixes anymore. Is that all my energy goes into doing the show, and I think, that's enough energy. I'll do remixes. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's just that. Maybe I'll be doing more remixes.
Yeah. Okay, and here comes then LP Chips question as well. If Boss could change his skill set with someone else, let's say he becomes as good in music as that person, but in return he no longer is good at DJing as he is now, who would he trade skill set with?
Rhino.
So he can... Oh, okay. Sudden answer.
Without a doubt, the guy is just a talented bastard, and I hate him for it, but I love him at the same time. So if I could trade places with someone, it would be Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair answer. And speaking of which, you sent me an old module of yours, which is a sanctioned remix.
It is a very old mod that I did on the Amiga before I had my PC.
Maybe we can say that this is your earliest C64 remix ever.
I think it is actually. Looking at the date and all the other stuff that I've got around here, I think this is the first finished remix that I ever did.
Very nice. Okay, let's give it a listen, and after that we come back again.
Okay.
Okay.